In Avengers Endgame, Thor from the Endgame 2023 timeline tries to warn Frigga from the Dark World 2013 timeline that she's going to die. But Frigga basically tells him that her future is her business and that she will worry about it on her own. And earlier on, she does say she was raised by witches, and she recognizes that Thor is an alternate version, a future alternate version of Thor, and that it's not the same Thor from her timeline. So she realizes things very quickly. But what if Thor's slight warning gives her a chance to save her own life? So let's say after Thor goes with Rocket Raccoon back to his timeline, maybe Frigga does a little thinking and she realizes that something really bad is about to happen, and maybe she foresees the Dark Elf invasion, and maybe she gets Heimdall and the others to prepare, and then maybe they do something about Curse, or who knows what happens there. But Captain America returns with Thor's hammer, and as well as the reality, Aether, and maybe Frigga knows to approach Captain America, and of course, Thor's hammer is given back to Thor, but maybe Frigga takes the ether from Captain America, and then Captain America goes and returns the other stones, and then maybe Frigga takes the ether, the reality, and maybe Frigga uses the ether as a weapon against the Dark Elves. Imagine using the Dark Elves' own weapon against them. So maybe Frigga is able to manipulate reality, and she just throws the Dark Elves into a loop and totally destroys them all. And Frigga has saved Asgard from a horrible attack, and she's also saved her own life. So then Frigga would just be the MVP and the hero of the day, and Odin and Thor would be very proud of her, and Loki would be pretty impressed as well. And so Frigga has basically saved the day with Ether. She saved her own life, so there we have it. And the ether, the reality, would still be sent over to the collector. Now, of course, this would not affect the Winter Soldier, and probably not Ultron too much either. Probably not Civil War, but of course Ragnarok would be drastically changed. Because Loki would still be in prison. He would not be disguised as Odin, and Odin would still be alive, and Frigga would still be alive, and so Hela does not show up. And so maybe Odin has to fight a Thanos as in that. So as I mentioned in that video about that other timeline, so lots of interesting things could happen, but perhaps the future Thor saved this alternate Frigga's life.